I'm just completely out of frame. It's fine. Oh boy. Hello.
Hi.
And I'm not even going to attempt to do an Australian or Kiwi accent. I'm not even going to try. So, hi. Welcome to The Cup, the currently unnamed podcast where we put the tea in. I forgot it. I haven't done it in like a minute. Whoa, I forgot the intro.
Where we put the tea in reality.
Go ahead.
And you can always come to us first to quench your thirst. I guess I'll start first and say, hi, I'm Sam DMB, also known as Sam de Monteverde, also known as Anissa Long, your fellow-friendly, trans, non-binary, Filipino-Canadian, mentally unstable hot mess hailing all the way from Toronto, Ontario, Canada. Scarborough, if you want to be specific. And today, I got some Gatorade Zero, the berry flavored. Oh, yes, berry.
Eris? Oh, me? Okay, fine. I'm Logan Murphy. I'm a Say Something Gay, and I currently have approximately 110 milligrams of caffeine coursing through my body. Because I'm drinking a new energy supplement that I've tried for the first time, Advanced GG. We would love a sponsorship, because I know y'all are doing that. But this is a part of a starter pack that I got with this real cute cup that has a winky face on it. It's adorable. And this is kiwi lime is what we're drinking today. It's very good.
And if I get dumped by a hippie, does that just mean I've been composted? Eris envy. I'm making the best of a shit situation.
I love you for that. No,
yeah.
Oh, let's talk about Drag Race Down Under.
Oh boy.
Season 2, episode 2, and guess what? It's still a shit show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's talk about how we still don't have correct lighting, which I do today, and my lighting looks great. But yeah, no. So there were a couple updates that I was going to talk about at the start of this episode regarding episode 1 before we dive into episode 2. Specifically, I'm going to go ahead and say, if you have not seen Art Simone's YouTube recaps for Drag Race Down Under that she's been doing, go do that in addition to watching us, because the amount of context I've been able to get personally for Australasian drag has been very, very insightful. And we've basically just come to the conclusion that Drag Race Down Under should not be judged with a Western lens, which is what is happening. Notably, wait, what?
We're doing it anyways.
Oh yes, absolutely. They're going to go ahead and just do it. The biggest thing that I took away from the episode 1 recap that she did, with a fabulous Sydney-based drag queen named Passion Couture, big fan, is as we're calling Black Panty Gate. Because Rue and Michelle could not stop complaining about how everyone had on black panties. And to touch on what Art was saying in her video, basically she was saying black panties are the norm when it comes to drag in Australia. Specifically, she was talking about Australia, not specifically Aotearoa. But I assume it's probably the same. Someone educate us if that's wrong. But he was basically saying, in Australia, you will get made fun of if you wear nude panties, and art that happened to Art at one point. And so she was like, it's wild to me that Rue and Michelle are hyper fixating on this thing when this is the norm here. And it's just like, it shows once again, just like reinforcing the fact that RuPaul should not be hosting anymore. So,
I really wish Pontiac was hosting.
I
I'm
do
not gonna
too.
lie.
Yeah.
Or really anybody else, for that matter.
Simone, Keita Mean.
That's
Spankie
about it.
Jackson.
Not Spankie Jackson. Not Spankie Jackson. But speaking of, let's talk about this episode. They come back into the workroom. Spankie has just sent Faux Fur home. I'm still sad.
I'm very sad as well. I'm happy for Spankie. But I think we're all gonna miss Faux Fur.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Shouldn't have been first boot, but
Okay,
she's louder than everyone. She's the loudest one.
Wait, she's the loudest? What?
Did you not know she was the loudest?
I couldn't tell.
No, it was so obvious to me.
Oh my god. So they wipe away her message. We come back into the workroom the next day, and there's a conversation between Aubrey and Minnie. And this is the first of several conflicts that Miss Minnie Cooper will have in this episode. Where they're discussing Minnie reading Aubrey's look in the Untucked from last week. If you don't remember, there was some discourse about like between Aubrey and it was like Aubrey and Bev versus Pomara and Minnie to an extent, but most of this was like perpetuated by both Beverly in the confessional, and it was mostly Aubrey like in the actual Untucked itself talking about how like hers and Beverly's looks were a lot better than what Minnie and Pomara did, which I think if I'm looking at them, I guess I would agree. Like if I'm lumping those, if it's those two groups, I would agree. I didn't think Minnie's look was all that bad, but Aubrey was just like, yeah, you were reading our look when you like didn't look that great, and so there's like a whole like whatever about it. I thought this, of the three fights that we'll talk about with Minnie Cooper in this episode, I thought this was the most stupid.
Yeah, because I mean, Aubrey was wearing a denim potato sack.
Yeah,
and I think Minnie was right to say, the fit is horrible.
Because it was.
Because it was a denim potato sack. And I've become a not Minnie Cooper. Well, I am a Minnie Cooper stan. And I've also become a Aubrey Haive fan. But I don't know if that's just because I think Aubrey's cute out of drag.
I really like Aubrey. I mean, we'll talk a lot about Aubrey in this episode, but I really like Aubrey.
I also really enjoy Aubrey.
I also really like saying Aubrey Haive.
Oh. You want to pee in her butt?
Yes.
That was more London, but
a little bit. We go in. RuPaul walks into the workroom, and we have a mini challenge that's not really a mini challenge. RuPaul says
literally the same challenge that Crystal Versace did.
Crystal's done it. Who did it? Season 1 of UK.
I don't remember.
The Vivian.
Yeah, I was like, was it Viv? I couldn't remember. They did this on season 12 when they brought the girls together, because I remember Jada said Heidi was her least competition. All that kind of stuff. This is something we've seen done on Drag Race prior, but RuPaul basically says, hey, Molly, you get to give out awards to your fellow queens. I would much rather this be like voted on like they did in UK 2, rather than just like Minnie's perspective, because she's going to have a very like focused opinion.
You said Minnie, Logan. You said Minnie.
Molly, whatever. People.
How dare you?
They're only getting Molly's perspective instead of like the group as a whole. But so Molly has to give her out awards, and They called the pageant something. I don't remember it. I didn't bother to write it down.
The Who Cares?
The Who Cares?
Yes.
Go check out our review of Canada's Drag Race. We also do that. But so Molly, the first one she has to do is her greatest competition. And she says, Yuri.
And that's correct.
Yes. I wasn't expecting that necessarily, even though like Yuri should have won the first challenge. I was very happy to see that it was Yuri. I figured it would have been Hannah. Hannah or Minnie is like what I was kind of expecting. But I was happy to see that it was Yuri. The next one is Daggiest Drag. So basically, who looks like shit. And it was Spankie.
Correct.
Correct.
Yeah, correct.
It feels correct. You Beauty, which is basically trade of the season. Kween Kong, to nobody's surprise.
Duh.
Correct. And then the last one is Taking the Piss. Who do you think is going to be the next eliminated? And we find out later in the like groupings that she wanted to say Minnie, but to keep the peace, she chooses Beverly, which was kind of wild to me.
Okay, but I want to know, who would you have given the Take the Piss banner to?
Going into this episode, probably Aubrey, honestly.
I probably would have given it to Aubrey or Spankie.
I would have also done either Aubrey or Spankie.
I would have done maybe Aubrey or Pomara.
And I will say this about Spankie now, because I feel like we're probably going to get comments if we don't say something. I will shit on Spankie's looks for the out quality of what they are, but I will never shit on Spankie for her talent as a drag performer, because I believe she is a talented performer, and that's why she's on Drag Race.
We saw, well, yes, one, she's on Drag Race. Two, she's been doing drag for what, 20-something years, is what she said. Three, we clearly saw her talent in the lip sync last week, where like both of them did well, but she beat Foe pretty handily. Like, definitely. Like, we're commenting on these people as characters, not these people as people, and we're commenting on what is presented to us on this drag program. That goes for all of the drag races. Like, that's across the board. That's what we're doing. So,
the boy.
Yes. So we go. Oh, Sam, you said you would have done Aubrey or Spankie, right?
I would have done Aubrey or Spankie, but Pomara is kind of in the back of my mind as well.
Completely missed that.
Oh.
I know you said it. I just was.
No, you're good.
Bitch, I'm tired. I traveled all weekend. Which is why this is going up late. So we go to the Maxi Challenge for the week, which is a scripted acting challenge, which Art Simone made sure to emphasize, and I didn't realize they never did on season 1 of Down Under.
No, they never did an acting challenge.
They never did.
They didn't do many group challenges on Down Under. I think they did the girl groups, and that was it.
The girl group, and then
that really was it.
Yeah.
That really was it.
Because the early challenges, it went. What was it?
So first
they
was
did
just like
a ball, and then they
ball.
did Snatch Game, and then they did girl
Game,
groups.
Girl group.
Sewing. Design challenge.
Oh.
Sewing, and then
who went home on that challenge?
Anita.
Oh fuck, I forgot about that. And then commercial.
Yep.
Yep.
And then makeover.
And then the
next godforsaken talent show.
Yeah, so they only did one group challenge.
Wow. That's wild.
That is crazy.
Especially because like we're also talking about Canada at the moment. They've done 2 in 4 episodes.
I'm gonna be honest, I get bored when there's a bunch of design challenges close together.
Yeah.
like with All Stars 7. I don't think there needs to be more than one design challenge in a season.
And I would have
will
much
be
rather
happy
had
for
the
the
ball.
first challenge to be a design challenge, and then there to be a ball towards the end of the season.
Yeah. I mean, that's how they used to do it, where we would get the ball at like top 5, top 6, top 7.
Yeah.
And now we get the ball in episode 2.
Literally.
And a random sewing challenge 3 episodes later.
Yeah.
Literally.
Unless you're season 3 and you just have like 3 balls in a season.
I think they had 4 design challenges on season 3.
4 design challenges. Oh yeah, that's right. That's right.
I'm so proud of Shangela.
The hairball. So
The
it was
cake.
the Christmas, then they did the cake, then they did the hairball, and then they did the money ball.
And Shangela survived at least 3 of those.
She survived 3 of them.
I will say survive. I will not say participated. I will say survived.
Yeah, she went.
No. She only survived 2 of them. She
she
went
got them.
She went home in the hairball, and she wasn't even there for the money ball.
Her cake look was good. I did like her pineapple.
Oh yeah, it was cute.
Would you be happy with a pineapple upside down cake?
Yes, actually. Yellow looks good on me. Anyways. So we find out that Molly has unintentionally made the groups because the groups are going to be the people she gave awards to plus her and the people she didn't give awards to. So meaning that the first team is Hannah Conda, Minnie Cooper, Pomara, and Aubrey Haive. And then the second team is Yuri, Spankie, Kween Kong, Bev, and Molly. I don't know why I want to call her just Bev instead of Beverly. I just want to call her Bev. So I'm going to do that.
That's a very, very UK thing.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah.
I had a friend named Beverly growing up. I called her Bev.
Mm.
So
especially in the UK, like if a girl is called Kerry, there's a good chance that she'll be referred to as Kez or Kez.
Yeah. Love that. Let's see. So yeah, we talked about how Molly said she would have given the next to go home to Minnie, but to save the peace, she didn't. This is where we find out in Team 1 that Minnie is dyslexic, which I can only imagine how difficult that is to be and also be an actor. But yeah, so separate from that, I know Art and et cetera, on their episode this week, we're talking about how like several of these girls have like acting experience, and they showed a KFC commercial featuring Hannah Conda that had Sissy That Walked in the background.
I need to see this.
I'll try to find it and send it to y'all. It was funny. But like they talk about how Minnie also has a lot of like theater experience. Aubrey is like a musical theater performer and actually has like a really good singing voice, which we knew. But like I saw a clip of it. She's good. She's really good. But that team is like very clearly like set up to be good. Like Hannah and Minnie are actresses. Aubrey has a musical theater training, and Pomara is Pomara.
Yeah. So, and Hannah Conda has that $8 bucket meal.
Very that.
That was going to be my joke for the rest of the season.
I honestly don't remember a whole lot else from the workroom or the recording, if I'm being 100% honest. What I did find out, which is kind of a gag, I didn't know. So apparently, this acting challenge was filmed on the main stage. Like, they don't have a separate studio. So it was filmed on the main stage with a green screen. We also found out Snatch Game for season 1 also filmed on the main stage.
They should have just done the Drag Race Italia setup for the Snatch Game You know where they literally just put everything on the main stage and like, ha.
They did that with France too, right?
Yep. And with
Yeah,
no,
like
not with Hispania. They
not
did
with
it with
España.
France.
Yeah. So apparently, what Art was talking about. I'm gonna reference this Art video a lot. I'll probably link it below because it's incredibly informative. But Art was talking about how like the workroom and the main stage are literally share a wall. And so when they're filming the intro where RuPaul's coming out and it's like the dun dun dun, Art and etc. were both saying how they could hear it from the workroom and how the walls would shake because there was so much bass happening.
Bum, bum, dun, dun,
Which
dun.
I love. Like I love that. I love that that's the case.
It's giving like being outside of a club kind of thing.
Literally. But yeah, so we do the recording of the challenge. Hannah and Minnie, really great. Spankie's character was apparently supposed to be Russian. Like, I don't remember if it was written to be Russian or like she made that decision.
I don't know, but her Croatian accent was fabulous.
Her Bulgarian accent was fabulous.
I was looking for the Romanian accent.
Yeah, I
Her
think
Lady
they
Boom
ended
Boom
up saying
impersonation
it was
was
more
great.
Bulgarian. Like that's what the judges were saying. I don't know. I guess we could probably just talk about it now. Like, let's be real here. Hannah or Minnie should have won this challenge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, and honest to God, I would have been fine either way.
Yeah.
Like, they were the stars of this whole thing. No question.
And also, they both had better runway looks than Spankie, but we'll talk about that.
Yeah. So there was a few workroom things on like the elimination day. First of all, being part 2 of our Minnie Fights Everyone series. This time it's part 1 of Minnie versus Pomara, where Minnie is talking. They're like around the table at the start of like the elimination day, and Minnie talks to everybody about her dyslexia. Now we know that previously she'd only talked to her team. And so she was talking to all of the girls she didn't work with very closely in this challenge. And Pomara starts laughing.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know about y'all, but that was incredibly disrespectful.
It's rude.
It really was.
And I think Minnie was right to say that she found it offensive.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, absolutely.
And then wasn't it Aubrey was like trying to like not defend Pomara, but like explain Pomara?
Yeah.
And it just like wasn't needed.
Sometimes it's better to be quiet.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it's just like Pomara was like explaining that like it was just a poorly timed joke. I don't even really understand like what was the joke supposed to be. Like the fact that she's heard it a few times.
Yeah, that's what the joke was supposed to be. But I don't obviously that doesn't excuse kind of
no.
Yeah, no.
Like with a couple of like if I so like
especially for someone like Minnie who's of the generation where dyslexia wasn't treated as a real thing. Dyslexia was not even seen as a real thing. If you had dyslexia growing up as someone of Minnie's age, you were either just stupid or lazy, and that was it. Because there wasn't the studies, there wasn't the evidence to suggest that dyslexia existed. And it wasn't even, and I can remember this from growing up in the UK in the noughties, dyslexia wasn't really taken seriously till the late to mid noughties here.
Damn.
And I still say this, I don't think it's not taken seriously enough in our schools today. And I say that as an education professional.
Yeah.
for the next month. Someone handed her notice in.
But yeah, this just felt like weird and gross. I didn't like it.
Yeah, it kind of dulled me to Pomara a little bit, who I initially liked, and now I'm like, eh.
Yeah.
And we'll talk about the third argument later. Because that was kind of
I don't think either of them looked good in that one, I'll be honest.
Yeah, that was kind of the killing type.
Yeah.
Mhm.
The other thing we get is our trauma mirror of the episode, where Yuri and Spankie are talking, and Yuri is talking about their family dynamics, how pretty much none of their family is supportive, all that kind of stuff. And Spankie, being the dad of the season, is just like, you're always good with me. And I did love this moment. It endeared me to Spankie more than I already was, because I do like Spankie. I think she's a talented drag queen. She's a hot man, in my personal opinion. But yeah, I love this moment. I liked that we're getting more from both Spankie and Yuri.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was very much able to relate to Yuri in that moment, and I'm glad that they have someone like Spankie for that.
Yeah, agreed. Yup. Runway?
Oh, the third. No, never mind. Because I don't remember when it happened in this episode, but I remember Minnie mentioning something about Pomara prior to.
We'll talk about it. That's
That
the
wasn't
third.
tough. Okay, never mind. We'll get to it.
Third part of the Minnie Fights Everyone trilogy of this episode.
Yes.
I want to touch ever so slightly on the guest judge, Lucy Lawless, who looked like she wanted to be anywhere else.
Queen Lucy Lawless. I couldn't agree with her more.
Yeah. I also would like to give a shout out to a lovely Toronto queen named Lucy Flawless.
Work! I love that.
Yes. I'll be there sometime on Friday nights.
Work.
Yes. But yeah, no.
Oh, you know what we didn't acknowledge, y'all? Olivia Newton-John.
Yeah.
No, don't even get me started, because I literally performed physical the night before she died.
Bitch.
Like, so not only did I get the "let's just be friends" text this week, I also got Olivia Newton-John dying after I performed her number. The universe said, "Let's take a real hard shit on you, Eris Envy."
Well, rest in power, Olivia. We love you.
Rest in power.
At least she got to see Katya perform Twisted Fate in front of her. And also Sasha Bell was there.
You leave that man alone.
Oh, I'm sorry. Frisbee Jenkins. I'm so sorry. The artist formerly known as Sasha Bell. No, I will not be leaving him alone, because I don't want to, because he's hot.
Agreed.
Anyway, Runway.
Fly
Category
girls,
is
insects on the runway.
Fly girls.
I didn't know that was the name of
Insects on the
the
runway.
Clearly, I was not paying attention to this episode. I just knew it had something to do with bugs.
Oh, I had to look it up. The only reason I remembered was because Faux Fur tweeted her look, which was really good. She had a really intricate makeup. I think she was also based on a mosquito or something. I didn't look that closely into it, and I probably should have. Anywho, let's talk about Molly Poppinz.
Lovely gal. This is perfectly solid.
Perfectly acceptable.
I would like this a lot more if she hadn't got stuck doing the same insect as Yuri.
Yeah.
Because Yuri mopped Molly across the floor.
We'll talk about Yuri.
Yes.
But this is a really good look. Like if you brought this to a bar, I would be hooting, hollering, and screaming.
Oh, me too.
And it is acceptable for the Drag Race main stage. My
I will
cup's
be-
not like a. Oh, sorry, Sam.
Sorry. I'll say I will be honest and say it took me a while to kind of get into this like train situation. But I realized like, oh, this actually it kind of actually works in a way. I don't know. Yeah.
I understand what's happening with the face, and like I think that was like glasses she was wearing.
Yeah.
I get it because I understand the like facial anatomy of a praying mantis. I didn't love it personally. I also find that like everything is like the same shade of green and not a shade of green that I like.
Fair.
I like this shade of green.
I don't mind the shade of green.
I wanted it to be more lime and less chartreuse.
I just realized a long time ago, and then by a long time ago, I mean possibly 2 episodes ago, I said I'd never wear green wigs.
Oh.
And I just realized I have a back length green wig that I wear quite a lot.
Well.
Eris
Envy, a liar.
A liar, a cheat, and a filthy vegan.
Well.
To the Filipinos, if you know, you know. I'm a liar. I'm a liar. Okay, that's it.
Not this. Let's see. What am I gonna? I'm gonna give Molly a 75.
I'm gonna give Molly a 70.
My cup is at a 75.
Oh, so now I'm the bad guy.
Yes. Let's talk about Kween Kong. She did the death moth.
She slayed.
She looks great. I think, at least.
I love the hair, and she's beat.
I just want something a little bit more, and I don't know what that something is. Like, does she look great? Absolutely. I just feel like I had absolutely no clue what insect this was until Michelle Visage said it. And that's kind of like my only issue with it. Like it's a black bodysuit with something on the hips and like a puffed shoulder. And like, is it well constructed? Absolutely. Does she look good? Yes.
Remember that time?
Do I wish something was a little bit more elevated? Yes.
Remember that time Silky and Nutmeg Ganache was a roach?
Yes.
I got called a roach today, bitch.
Oh my god.
That was the closest you could get to cock.
Oh my god.
Come on, Yara Sophia.
Not Yara Sophia. Someone give Kween Kong a score before I do.
I prefer
70.
Look. Yeah, my cup is gonna be at a 75 as well.
$65, and I hate saying that.
Yes, she's Kween Kong.
Yes,
sure
being
is.
on.
Bentley Beatles.
Aubrey Haive.
Etc. Etc.
No, don't you dare.
I love it, but it's very reminiscent of Etc's entrance look. Only because it's brown and cockroach inspired.
Yeah. I mean, she went for it, so I have to give her props in that regard, but her props didn't work.
Yeah. What I will say is the outfit itself is lovely and very well made, and I love the hair and I love the glasses.
I agree.
Yeah. I don't think I don't think she really needs to do like all the reveals and whatnot. Like I think
I think she should have saved those in case she had to lip sync.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like what's happening with the brown and the black pleather. I hope it's pleather. Happening in the gown. I really like the hair. I like what she did with her face. The performance of the look is gonna bring my score down just a little bit. But yeah, no, I thought Aubrey Haive looks really good. I'm gonna give her a 75.
I'm gonna give her an 80.
I think Aubrey Haive gets a 90.
Work, Lydia.
Work over Lydia.
Let's talk about Minnie Cooper.
8 and left no crumbs.
This is so cute.
Love this for Minnie Cooper.
It's brilliant and it's of her generation. She looks wonderful. The colours are beautiful. It's giving a story. It flows really well. I loves it.
Also, I don't know if it's just me, but whenever I see this kind of silhouette and even just like this kind of style of drag, I usually don't see it with like black hair. And like usually I personally would have always, and I'm sure the two of you would as well, like associate it with like blonde hair. But I love this black hair.
I think what I like about this is this dress feels like something Minnie could have had long before Drag Race.
Yes.
And she just got pulled out because it fit the category and it worked flawlessly. Yeah, I think Minnie looks amazing. And you know, I'm gonna say it, my cup's full.
My cup is also full.
Yeah, I'm gonna agree with y'all. I really like the length of the skirt. What I loved most about this, honestly, was the performance of it. Because she kind of, and I hate using this like cliche, but she kind of floated like a butterfly. Like
and in Untucked, she stung like a bee.
Yes, she sure did. The theatricality of the way that she performed this look on the runway was so spectacular. I love the colors on her. I do agree, Sam. I love the black hair here. I would have loved if maybe the shoe was either in the blue or the green. But that's just if I'm like absolutely nitpicking. But yeah, my cup is full. I think Minnie looks great.
Yeah.
Let's talk about Beverly Killz. Good old Bev.
It's giving interesting angular movements.
Is it though?
She looks pointy.
That's kind of where my problem with it begins.
I think, not to make comparisons or everything or anything, but I think of like how Ben de la Creme did with this.
Yeah,
kind
absolutely. Yeah, I mean, okay. I like the bodysuit. I like the wings. I really like the thorax situation happening on her ass. However, this headpiece completely blocks 80% of the makeup she did. And if the stinger had just been on the like front of the headpiece and it didn't like fully block her face, it would have been a lot more effective for me. Because like you just could not see her face at all.
Yeah. And her face looked amazing in this runway too.
Yeah.
Which is such a shame.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give her a 75.
I still really like this look nonetheless, so I'm also gonna give her a 75.
I'm gonna give her a 72.5.
Okay.
Work, Lydia.
Actually, no, a 71.25.
I hate you.
Hate me all you want, bitch.
I do every day.
From Rhode Island, storm wind.
Okay.
Pomara.
She's giving
I'm gonna
blue.
Go ahead and be the bitch. My cup is empty. This is bad.
She looks like
to me, it just seems a bit.
See, I want to say she looks like a fly, but that's what she was going for.
No, she was going for a cicada.
She wasn't doing a blue bottle fly.
No, she was doing a blue moon cicada.
It's giving blue bottle fly.
Great.
Yeah. I mean, it's the blue tinfoil dress and the barely their wings. I like the hair, but the shoes are giving
James Mansfield biscuit basket.
yeah. It's giving resident at the Kennedy Davenport Church of black stockings and white shoes.
The congregation of Kennedy Davenport black
Yeah.
stockings, white shoes.
It's giving my baked potato went to Chromatica. It's just no. I don't think it fits Pomara well.
Oh, the fit is very off.
Yeah, the
which
fit
is my big.
very off.
She looks like she's got really huge hips and like a medium waist and then tiny boobs. And we've seen Pomara in her entrance look where her body was chef's kiss perfect.
And her shit glued to a corset from last week.
Yes.
Her shape looked great in that.
It's giving. Oh my god! You know what it's giving?
Oh no!
You know that movie, The Fly, where Jeff Goldblum.
Oh no!
Where Jeff Goldblum goes into the machine and becomes a fly person.
Uh-huh.
What if instead of Jeff Goldblum, it was Miss Trunchbull?
No!
Eris!
I'm a bad person. I'm sorry.
No, I'm gonna use your real last name, Sam. How dare you?
Not you exposing me as Samuel.
Yes, that's the reason we call you Eris here, because I don't want to say Sam and Sam.
That being said, my cup is at a lovely 25%.
Violet's turning violet. My cup is at a 15.
No, you cannot say what I said was fucking evil while Sam sits and says Violet's turning violet.
That's also evil.
Bitch, this is why our Filipino viewers went in on us.
Oh, God. Yeah, no, empty. There's one drop of water in the bottom of my cup. Oh, God.
And this is the reason why my cup wasn't empty for Pomara.
You liked Pomara's look better than this?
Yes, because Pomara had something that looks like wings that wasn't a set of wings from a children's Halloween costume.
I love my favorite part about this whole runway walk is Spankie in the voiceover saying, "My wings look right. I'm looking great." And I'm like, your wings
No,
look
you
good?
don't.
Oh, God.
It's the
Okay.
it's the wings. The wings are just getting me. It's like, how are you going to Drag Race with children's Halloween costume wings as part of a runway look?
Okay.
Now you know I love Spankie for the person she is
Yes,
and for
Same.
her comedic chops.
same.
That being said, someone lied to her several times and told her that her fly girl look was fly, hot, and sexy.
Sexy.
And she's nothing
She's
of the
nothing
sort.
of the sort.
She doesn't possess the vernacular she thinks she does. She doesn't possess the pair of wings she wishes she did. Or that she thinks she does. The outfit, it's giving poo.
It's giving poo with ribbons on it.
And I don't want to be mean because like I feel like I've been a little too mean lately and it's starting to enter a zone where I don't like what I'm saying about people.
Yeah.
But please just take a look at what we're being presented with.
Okay.
To anyone on Drag Race España that I was ever mean to, if I ever said your cup was empty, I'm so sorry. I'm bumping that up to a 10%. just in comparison to this singular look by Spankie Jackzon.
I'm still standing
Marina,
by the
you're
fact that I
safe.
hated Marina's finale look, though.
Marina, you're safe for now.
Marina, your butthole look, my cup is full.
Okay,
No, go fuck yourself.
so I'm gonna say the concept is there, and I like the concept of it. I don't mind the bodysuit itself or the headpiece, but again, the wings look like I can get those at Dollarama. They just need to be bigger. And same with the cage peplum skirt situation thing. It needs to be bigger.
This looks like a swimsuit with stuff attached to it.
It's a cute swimsuit, though.
Yeah.
I personally think it's cute.
That being said, there is a fly currently buzzing around my cup. 0.
My cup is empty again.
Want to catch more, Big Brother? Come to Fly on the Wall Entertainment.
Oh my god, God.
My cup is at 33%.
Really?
Looks bold of you.
Yeah.
And that's me being generous. That's
Okay.
generous.
Very generous.
I don't know.
It's
There's
giving
stuff there that I actually like, but then again, my taste level is like shit. So like,
Well, you said it,
It's
not
a
me.
philanthropy for me.
Very that. Hannah Conda.
no.
Bitch. She
Yeah.
ate. She
Mary
ate.
looked hot.
Wait, have y'all seen that clip of Bianca Del Rio being like, "Hey, what's your name?" And then this woman's like, "Hannah."
Yes.
Hannah.
Sorry, I
Hannah.
actually just thought of that. And
Hannah
this is
Conda.
not shit on this look, because this look is amazing.
Yeah. She looks incredible. Like, point blank, left no crumbs. I love this interpretation of this runway as well.
Yes.
Oh yes.
In the words of that gay bowl cut man from Legendary, the performance was supposed to be butterfly, and instead we got moth. And I loved this.
Not that gay bowl cut man.
Oh my god, they should have had Law Roach as a guest judge for this episode for his surname alone.
Oh my god.
Luxury Roach.
Not luxury roach.
Yeah, I love all the details about it. I love like the flapper aesthetic to it, and I love it's very everything about this is correct thematically and
Yeah.
visually. Like
Yeah.
I can't say anything bad about this at all.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm at that same place too.
My cup's overflowing.
I think I have those. No, I have like a silver version of those shoes.
Oh, work.
Every drag queen does.
Yeah.
Yes, a silver sparkly version of the shoes that Hannah's wearing, and I love them.
Yeah.
They're actually nice shoes too. So
They're not old maiden type of shoes.
they definitely are.
That's good.
They're an old
Okay.
Trunchbull type of shoes.
They're not made for only the beautiful women to wear.
Oh, good.
Yes,
So she didn't have to put them back on the rack.
exactly.
Very good. My cup is full.
My cup's overflowing.
Party. This is why my cup was only full.
Slade ate and left no crumbs.
Quite literally because she's a praying mantis.
Actually, she's a slaying mantis.
Come on, slaying mantis. Yes, God. I hated myself.
I just know the moment she put this on, Molly Poppinz looked at her from across that workroom and said, "You
God damn
fucking
it.
can't."
You fucking bitch. Yeah, I mean, the intricacy in this, the fact that she probably made this.
The hair, even though it's giving olives a little bit.
That was the only thing I disliked.
I mean, I got the reference immediately with the hair. Obviously, that's supposed to be a praying mantis's face, but they do look like olives.
They absolutely look like olives. I'm gonna say that my cup is. I'm gonna say full.
My cup is overflowing.
My cup is overflowing.
Ooh.
Ooh,
And that's all.
you and
So,
me.
favorite Runway look?
Hello, Conda.
Yuri Guaii.
And I'll say Minnie Cooper.
Slay.
Slay.
Yeah.
You know who looked really good this episode? Pomara Fifth.
You know who looked really pretty good this episode? RuPaul.
Yeah.
RuPaul looked like RuPaul. I said,
RuPaul
okay.
looked like RuPaul.
Yes. Was there anything
That is
from
the closest shot we ever get of RuPaul's face.
probably? Ooh, Lord. Was there anything in the actual acting challenge itself that y'all wanted to talk about that we didn't previously?
Yeah, I loved when Yuri Guaii was like, if she tries anything, I'll slit her fucking throat.
Yuri made a
Yuri
choice.
was the only one who looked hot in that challenge.
Yeah.
Like everyone else looked like daggy drag. Yuri looked hot.
Yeah.
And also Chantal Minogue as a character.
Chantal Minogue. I love that.
I'm famous Australian pop star Chantal Minogue. Oh, this challenge was something that we watched.
Yeah, I mean,
I just remember
Also,
being in
Beverly
both
Killz being electrocuted because she wrote the Drag Race challenges.
the writing of this challenge, honestly, I thought was pretty decent.
It was decent.
I appreciate the meta.
But yeah, I mean, most people just struggled a lot.
Yeah. And let's get to our tops and bottoms.
Yeah, so we find out that the safe girls are Bev, Pomara, and Molly, which I felt was correct.
Yeah.
We get a top 3 of Hannah Conda, Minnie Cooper, and Spankie Jackzon. And we get a bottom 3 of Kween Kong, Aubrey Haive, and Yuri Guaii. I didn't disagree, really.
No.
What I did disagree with was the winner of the challenge being Spankie Jackzon.
Congratulations.
Congrats, sis. Very happy for you. In my personal opinion, factoring in runway and performance, the challenge performance, I think for me, I would have been fine with either Hannah or Minnie. I think for me personally, I probably would have given it to Hannah.
I also would have given it to Hannah.
Just for the runway look, I probably would have given it to Hannah.
I also wouldn't have been mad at a double win between Hannah and Minnie in this circumstance. But I'm very happy that Spankie has a win. That's exciting.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Sorry, I just want to touch up. I believe when the judges were deliberating, I remember hearing them say at one point, it's an improvement to Spankie. The outfit's an improvement.
Anything is going to be an improvement.
That is true.
She was giving honestly, she was giving Fly Girl last week. I'm ready for Spankie to come down the runway in an outfit that doesn't resemble a bug.
I would like that very much.
Yeah.
So we end up here with a bottom 2 of Aubrey Haive, and she's Kween Kong. I don't know. Okay, I'm actually going to take back what I said earlier about the safes. I kind of feel like Beverly should have been in the bottom 3.
Yeah, I would have swapped Yuri for Bev.
I think I agree.
Based on Yuri's runway look being a lot stronger than Bev's. And Bev
Do I
doing
then?
much worse in the challenge.
Yeah. Do I think if the bottom three was Aubrey, Beverly, and Queen, do I still agree with the bottom two? I think I do, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Yeah. However, we do get one of my favorite lip sync songs of all time in
When
I
think
Touch Myself
about
by
you, I just smile.
the Divinals.
I love this song.
This is a great song.
Personally, I prefer the Jenna Torches cover, but
Sure. This is such a different choice for a lip sync song because it's so mid-tempo. Like, there's really not a whole lot you can do. I thought
and yet Kween Kong still found ways to launch
Yeah,
herself
I
across
was
stage.
gonna
to
say.
launch herself into a body roll. Like, I thought they both did great. I thought it was a really good lip sync overall. For me, the difficulty, and this also comes back to the fact that Aubrey's only been doing drag for a year. By the middle of her performance, she was just acting the words of the song. And I don't love that in excess in a lip sync. Like, every time they said, I touch myself, she's touching herself. Every time it says, like, I'm confused or whatever the line was, she was confused. Like, I don't necessarily love that. And I know that that is, like, a specific thing that a lot of drag artists do. And I respect that, especially newer drag artists are prone to doing that. I didn't love that necessarily from this performance.
That being said, Kween Kong cleared her.
Yes, I do think Aubrey did a good job, though.
Aubrey did do a good job. I did enjoy the lip sync overall as well. I think it was like perfectly solid.
Yeah. So Kween Kong wins the lip sync. We have to say goodbye to Aubrey Haive. Oh, Aubrey Haive.
Oh, we didn't talk about Untucked, I just realized.
We did not.
Good Lord Jesus. Okay, well, okay. Bye, Aubrey.
Bye.
You're fabulous. Oh, we lost a white twink. Oh,
so too.
Aubrey Guaii, highlighter, Vegas.
Mullets,
musical theater.
bogans. I don't know much about Australia. Anyway, so Untucked.
Do you love my pheromone impression, or do you love my pheromone impression? Oh. Let's talk about Untucked because I said we were going to. And this is part 3 of the Minnie versus the World trilogy from this episode. It's Minnie versus Pomara, part 2, Electric Boogaloo, where we find out that Minnie had mentored Pomara in a competition of some kind a few years ago, and said that Pomara was entitled and was like just overtly negative. And then Pomara came back with some sort of quote that Minnie allegedly said, saying like, I don't mind that Pomara does drag, I just hate that she gets paid for it.
Bitch, that's a fucking read. I love that.
That is a read.
But then, like, what I didn't love was that Minnie was like, I apologize. See, I apologized, and you didn't have to ask for it. And I was like, okay.
Yeah.
Like,
I don't know. I think she's an icon to me.
Yeah, I will agree. I just didn't love the way that either one of them looked after this argument.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like we're setting up for one of them to send the other one home in an episode or two. I'm going to be honest.
I can manifest it being like Final 6, Final 5.
Probably. I mean, we're already at Final 8, so.
We are.
I don't want anybody else. Right, Babs,
But-
I'm knackered. So with that being said, Olivia Newton-John.
Oh, very that.
Olivia Newton-John.
I wasn't prepared. Physical.
Physical. I wanna get physical.